Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 58 of my Pirates franchise series here on MLB 17 The Show. So we're back with the Year 7 National League Championship Series coming up against the Los Angeles Dodgers, trying to advance to our second straight World Series, a team that we faced against faced in the playoffs the past 2 years. We lost in the NLCS 2 years ago to them and beat them in the NLDS last year. So we will try to defeat them for the second straight year and get back to the World Series. We defeated the Giants 3-1 in the division series, so our rotation lines up perfectly. We're going to keep things as they were for this upcoming series, and same thing with the lineup. Not going to make any changes, so let's just take a look at this Dodgers roster, and very similar to the one they've displayed the last couple of years, the one they featured the last couple of years. Kershaw now down to a 97. His ratings are on the decline, but still had a fantastic year this year. Only 144 innings, so maybe he got hurt, but still a phenomenal pitcher. And Urias, probably the ace now, although you could argue Kershaw still had the better year, but Urias more closer to his prime and the higher overall at this point. They still have Bellinger, who hit 33 home runs this year and had a very good year at the dish. Jansen, Puig, Sonny Gray still, Corey Seager, Alex Wood. So lots of familiar faces. A lot of the same names that we have gone up against in the last couple of years. Really no one big who I think has been introduced that was different from last year's team. So pretty similar rosters going at it. Of course, we have Trout this year, probably the big difference. But here we go, game number 1. Actually, I want to see how many games LA won this year and where they fall in the overall ranks. They are second overall behind us and seem to have put it together for a full year this year finally. The last couple of years they had sort of been in the mid to low 90s in the win total. This year 103, so probably playing a little bit closer to their potential as the number 2 ranked team in the league behind us, of course. So here we go, top 2 teams facing off in the NLCS. And let's get it going. Quick managing, of course, as I will, or as I did in the division series. I'll be doing that for all the games in this series as well. So here we go, Jacob deGrom taking the mound for game number 1. Same lineup as always, and let's get things started. deGrom versus Urias in the opener to this year's National League Championship Series, and it's been a pitching duel so far, scoreless through 4. Teams have combined for 7 hits through the 5 innings. 3-4-5 due up for the Dodgers this inning. And it's a 2-out single for Seager, but Willie Calhoun strikes out, so deGrom is through his 6th scoreless inning. But Urias is also cruising. Now a leadoff single for Grandal and a walk for Seguin. So 2 men aboard here with no one out for Urias. And he will sacrifice, so Tola's up with 1 man out. And deGrom could use a strikeout here. I'm going to pitch around him. He does walk, so Puig could be a double play candidate, but honestly I might go to the bullpen here. I think I'm going to go to Barrett Boyce and try to get a strikeout. Let's see. Does get the strikeout. Now 2 down for Bellinger. Bellinger flies out. We escape the jam. Well done by Barrett Boyce. Came in at the perfect time and did just what he needed to do. Got the strikeout and then got the other man as well. So on to the 7th. Now a leadoff single from Esposito. Pitching change. Robles is in. Urias' night is done. So both Urias and deGrom do not allow a run. Of course, Urias is still responsible for Esposito, but not extraordinarily long outings by either of them in this game. But back-to-back singles now for the Pirates. Robles facing Rubio here. He walks, so the bases are loaded. I'm going to pinch hit for Barrett Boyce with Tim Ackerman, who's been my key pinch hitter so far in this postseason. He grounds into a fielder's choice. The runner was out at home, so the bases remain loaded with 1 out for Marte. He singles home a run. We get the first run of the game, first run of the series, and take a 1-0 lead in game 1. Lindor now with the chance with the bases loaded, dealing with the left-handed Chasen Shreve. He singles home a run, 2-0 Pirates now. Trout's turn, he pops out. Sanchez, he strikes out, but we push across a couple runs, take a 2-0 lead. On to the 8th we go. And because the Dodgers have their big lefties due up this inning, I'm going to go to Britton in the 8th in hopes of dealing with Peterson, Seager, and Calhoun. And he does just that. He did allow the leadoff walk, but got the double play and then retired the 3rd man as well. So that means I'm probably going to let Andres Campos close out this game. I don't want to use Britton for multiple innings if I don't have to in game number 1. Vina gives us an insurance run there with a solo home run. Now 7-8-9. Let's we could give it to Osuna, who's been pretty sharp this postseason. Actually, let's do that. See what he can do. Gives up a leadoff single. Fielder's choice. Now pinch hitter Roosevelt Jacques. He grounds into a fielder's choice as well. Tolles He grounds out, and that ends off the game. We defeat the Dodgers in game number 1. A shutout of the Los Angeles Bats. A good job by our pitching staff. Bullpen came through huge. DeGrom, a pretty good start. Wasn't dominant by any means, but shut down the Dodger lineup, and then the bullpen tossed 2 2/3 innings of scoreless work. Got 8 outs, only allowed the 1 hit from Britton, or from Osuna, that was actually. And a 3-0 win. It was Vina, and we had a couple RBI singles from Marte and Lindor to account for the scoring, along with Vina's home run. So game number 2, Tanaka versus Kershaw. The Dodgers down 1-0. We have a chance to win both of the games here at Pittsburgh to start off the series. Something we would like to do, obviously. So here we go, game number 2. And it is a scoreless first for both sides. We'll see how long it lasts. Now we get the first runs of the game here, 2-0 after 3. Tanaka still has not given up a run quite yet. Only 3 hits allowed by the Japanese right-handed pitcher for the Pirates. Now dealing with a 3-4-5 in the Dodger lineup. And if it were not for an error, would have gotten them out in order, but gets jocked right there. So the side is retired. On to the bottom half of the 6th. Sanchez dealing with Kershaw, but Kershaw gets out of the inning. So still 2-0. On to the 7th we go. Tanaka still out there. Gives up the solo home run to Grandal. That makes it 2-1 Pirates. Now Kershaw out of the game. Verdugo on to pinch hit. He triples with 1 out in the inning. So things getting a little bit close here. With 1 out, that is the tying run. Should we go to a pitching change? Let's go to Kevin Segrist. Try to pitch around maybe. He walks him. Now maybe we try to go for the double play ball, I guess. He strikes out Puig. So 2 down for Bellinger. And a 3-run home run for Bellinger. And just like that, the Dodgers take the lead. Segrist gets out of the inning, but we relinquish the lead. Now the Dodgers up by a pair of runs. Looked like we could have been on our way to a 2-0 series lead. Instead, now we have to battle back. Ackerman flies out. Marte flies out. On to the 8th. Let's go to Andreas Campos. Pitches a scoreless 8th. Bottom of the 8th now, Lindor leading things off, facing Alex Wood. But nothing going there. 3 straight groundouts. Now Campos back out there. Let's turn things over to... Let's give Gutierrez another shot here. See what he can do in this spot. Got a couple lefties. Ooh, that was a weird play. Runner got thrown out, but Puig got to second. So maybe there's a play at the plate or something. That was a weird play. Anyway, Gutierrez now dealing with Peterson. Gets him to fly out. So that was kind of a shaky ending, but he didn't allow a run. Not sure that really did much to garner more confidence than I already had in him. So a 1-out single for Esposito. That brings the tying run to the plate. And Diego Vina facing Jansen. He strikes out. Now Rubio, 2-run home run, and the game is tied. Carlos Rubio with 2 outs in the 9th ties the game. I did not mean to let Gutierrez hit there, obviously. But alright, so we have a new game. Let's get Boyce in there for this inning. Dealing with some of the righties at the bottom of the lineup. And he gets them out. Now Jansen is going to be back out there. Yes, he is. Gives up a leadoff single to Marte. Now it is Lindor. Strikes out. Trout grounds into a fielder's choice. 2 down for Sanchez. He singles. Tying run into scoring position for Casey Gillespie, who will face Jason Shreve, and he strikes out Boyce. I am going to take out of the game now, I think, in favor of... I'm going to do it in favor of Osuna. Hope that Osuna gets these next 3 guys, because I want Britton for the 3-4-5. We will see it's Eibner pinch hitting. He flies out. Tolles singles. Puig grounds into the double play, so that worked out perfectly. On to the bottom of the 11th. And whoops, did I just simulate a half inning? What, the full half inning there? Didn't mean to. But let's take out Osuna now. Bring in Britton for the lefties. Walks Bellinger. Peterson pops out. Seager grounds into the double play. On to the bottom of the 12th now. Still tied at 4. There's a double for Lindor. He represents the winning run. Trout flies out. Sanchez walks. Gillespie's turn. Facing Stripling. He flies out. Lindor to third. Esposito flies out. And we will head to the 13th. So now do I turn the game over to Vieira or Elez? I think I'm going to try and get another inning out of Britton here. And he gives up a 2-out double to Segadine. Now Jed Bandy pinch hitting. He flies out. So Britton a second scoreless inning. 7-8-9 due up to face Patrick Schuster. And wow, a 2-base error for Vina, so he reaches. He's in a scoring position. Rubio's turn. He singles, first and third. Winning run at third. Pinch hitter coming up. It's going to be Ernesto Valenzuela. Valenzuela doubles, and the Pirates win Game 2. Another dramatic victory, as that is the second walk-off win of the postseason for the Pirates. They take a 2-0 series lead as the series shifts to Los Angeles for Game number 3, where it will be Henry Alvarez on the mound against Kenta Maeda for the Dodgers. Maeda, a very good pitcher for the Dodgers still in this franchise, an 89 overall. And they will be looking for a big performance out of him. He's going to have to outduel Alvarez here to keep the Dodgers in this series. They do not want to go down 3-0, obviously. Not many teams have come down from a 3-0 deficit, at least in baseball. Not many teams have. It's 3-1 Dodgers now through 3. And make that 5-1. They are getting jumping on Alvarez a little bit now. Should I take him out, or should I? Nah, not with 2 outs. See if he can give us another inning here, perhaps. Gives up a double to Seager. But there we go. Gets out of that. Now, can we get some runs maybe? Nope. Alvarez dealing with the middle of the lineup. Some more righties. But he gets through that inning. On to the 7th. Maeda's still out there for the Dodgers. Gillespie leading things off. But nothing going there. Now, bottom of the lineup, Alvarez. Might let him face Cicchini, and then where are we in our lineup is the question. We're at 8, so this would be big if we can get Seager here. And he does, so now we can pinch it for Alvarez when he comes up. Rubio singles. Let's pinch it with Ackerman. He walks, so 2 men on for Marte. Marte grounds into a double play. Lindor with 2 outs. He grounds out. So that was a big rally killer, that double play. We're going to put in Campos, as he keeps the lead at 4 for the Dodgers. Now 3-4-5, our last chance here in game number 3. A leadoff double from Trout. Sanchez with another double, so it's a 3-run game. Gillespie up facing Shreve. Now they're going to bring in Jansen. Jansen strikes out Gillespie, strikes out Esposito, and gets Vina to ground out. That will do it. So the Dodgers bounce back and win Game 3. They keep their chances, or they keep their hopes alive here, I should say, I guess, as they're going to bring Urias back. On short rest in Game 4, we're going to go with Mitch Keller, who looked pretty good in his 1 start in Game number 4 of the division series, giving up just a 1 earned run in 7 innings of work. They're going with Urias, who looks to be almost fully rested here, as they will try to even up the series at 2 games apiece. Home team has won every game so far, but the offense gets to face another lefty. That will benefit us, and we get 2 runs right there, all coming, that entire rally coming with 2 outs in the inning. In the first, we jump out to a 2-0 lead, and we'll see how Keller responds. Now we've got him a 3-run cushion, 6-run cushion now. We've jumped all over Urias this game. Into their bullpen we go. Walker Buehler is on, and Keller is still cruising for us. He's given up 6 hits, and now gives up 3 runs in the 6, so it's a 6-3 ball game. And I think I'm going to take him out now. Dealing with the top part of their lineup, it's going to be... we could go with... I think I'm going to go with Barrett Boyce. See what he can do against... Should leave him in for Bellinger. Yep, single. Now maybe go to Seagrass to face these lefties. See what he can do. That's a ground out, 2 outs for Seager. Seager triples. Now the tying run 90 feet away, but the next man strikes out, so we do keep the 1-run lead heading into the 8th. We're going to pinch it for Seagrass right here with Ackerman. Dealing with Shreve. Ackerman walks again. Seems like the walk is a big part of his game. Another walk there from Trout. Bases loaded with 1 out. Now 2 outs for Gillespie. He doubles home, 3 runs, and that gives us a 4-run lead. That gives us a huge cushion. And then a 2-run home run from Esposito. Make it 11-5 Pirates. And now we are on our way to potentially taking a 3-1 series lead. So let's make the pitching change here. 6-run lead. Let's go with Vieira. See what he can do. And he retires the side in order. Now he is up, so we're going to pinch it with Frazier. Nothing going there. Pitching change. Let's go to Gutierrez. And Gutierrez dealing with their good lefties. Gives up a double to Peterson. That scores a run. Seager now hits a 2-run home run. So now we're going to go to the closer. Yeah, we're going to go to Britton. 3-run lead. And he gets the final out. So we win Game 4, 11-8. Gutierrez again shaky there in relief. But that was pretty much the only thing that went wrong for us that game. As we take Game 4 on to Game 5 now. Up 3-1. And whoops, didn't mean to do that. Can I still quick manage? I guess I'm still fine to quick manage. So, alright, cool. But alright, game number 5, Kershaw back on the mound, and we have Tanaka starting. And that is not who was supposed to be starting, so that is too bad. I, of course, whoops, I accidentally selected neutral instead of selecting the Pirates as my user team this game, and now didn't get to select my starting pitcher, and, well, it is Tanaka, so maybe I can make a pitching change already? Oh no, it is DeGrom. Why did it say it was Tanaka? Okay, it is DeGrom. Well, we're fine then. Cool, so Kershaw, DeGrom, game number 5. Dodgers have their backs against the wall. DeGrom, who looked pretty good in game number 1, only went 6 1/3 but didn't give up a run, is looking good once again here tonight, has not given up a hit through 5. Now make that through 6. We only have the 1 run off of Kershaw so far. But DeGrom, I think that might have been the first base runner for Los Angeles. There's the first hit. Now some trouble for DeGrom perhaps, but he retires the next 3 men in order. So we head to the 8th. Still up by a run. Kershaw still cruising. DeGrom now dealing with the bottom part of the lineup. He gets Kershaw. They left Kershaw in there. I can't believe they left Kershaw in that spot. That's really surprising. 2 men on here. Yeah, now look at Kershaw. Like, why did they leave him in? Does get the double play ball. So top of the lineup due up for the Dodgers. This is their last chance. DeGrom, I'm going to leave him out there to start the inning. We could go to Britton. We could go to Boyce. He does get the first 2 men. Bellinger, the last chance. He pops out, and the Pirates are winners of the National League once again. They are moving on to face either the Tampa Bay Rays or the New York Yankees in the World Series. So let's see who it will be. Tampa and New York are currently it's currently 3-1 in favor of New York. So I think it's going to be them. Or is it? No, it's 3-1 in favor of Tampa. So Tampa Bay looking like they are going to be the team that advances. And they've been a pretty solid team in this franchise for a couple years now. I'm not surprised to see them performing well on the game's biggest stage. Or close to the game's biggest stage. Potentially getting to the game's biggest stage. So let's see if they are able to close it out in game number 5. Nope, this series is headed back to New York. So New York with a chance. They've got Tyone and Parker Davis going against Snell and Jose De Leon in games 6 and 7. They need to win them both. They do win game 6, so it's going to come down to game number 7. A big performance out of Tyone. It looks like Barnes, though, got the win. Tyone, I'm imagining he went 7 innings, 2 runs. 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts. He's got a 3.70 ERA for them this postseason. So here we go, game 7. Parker Davis, and it's going to be Honeywell, looks like, getting the start over, who was it, De Leon or Snell? One of those two is scheduled to go. So here we go, game 7. Who will it be facing off against the Pirates in the World Series? And it is going to be the Yankees. They come from behind. They were down 3-1, but they won the final 3 games of the series and are moving on to take on the Pirates in the World Series. So now we get to decide who the real winner of that Gary Sanchez for Jamison Tyone trade was. No, I'm just kidding. That's not how it works. But anyway, that is going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Hope you guys are excited for the World Series. And as always, I am out.